for it, that man would have been the key prosecution.
Good evening, the great people of Africa. Good evening, the great people of Biafra all over the world. I invite you and I welcome those that are already here to come and join the Freedom broadcast and the exposition of all this deception and intimidation from all these South leaders. We are going to expose them one after another. We are going to let the whole world know exactly the reason why these people are not championing the same cause as the people whom voted them into power. I am going to be doing something. I am going to show you few things. Those things that I'm going to show you, when I am showing it to you, you must pay very good attention. And while you are joining us, make sure you invite your neighbor to join. Make sure you invite others to join. This enlightenment Don't take it alone to yourself. Invite other people to join. Invite others to join. As you are joining us, invite others to join. We are also experiencing some frame drop on Facebook. We are experiencing frame drop on Facebook. The reason why Facebook is doing that because because of the magnitude of the exposition. Because I told you that this media house has been bribed by the Nigerian terrorist organization. This media house has been bribed by the Nigerian terrorist organization. That's why it's suppressing a lot of things. It is suppressing a lot of information that is being dished out. But we must continue. That's the reason why you must keep sharing this video. You must keep sharing this video. You must keep sharing this video because we cannot go back.
We're killing ourselves.
We cannot go back on this quest. We are here to stay. We are here to stay. No matter how much constraint Facebook is bringing to our broadcasting software, it will never stop us. That's the reason why it keeps dropping the frame. Facebook is being compromised. When I tell you that Nigeria is on a bribery spree, you will believe it. Anybody who is fighting for freedom of Biafra and ODUDUWA, you will know what I am talking about. That is still using Facebook platform. You will indeed understand what I am talking about. Your voice is being suppressed. Your messages is being suppressed because they don't want the world to know what is going on. But we must continue. All you need to do is keep sharing the message. Keep sharing the message. As sharing it, you are reversing all the plans of Facebook for this message not to reach the people that is on the ground, that the people that the message is meant for. But tonight, we have few things and we have many things to do actually, but we are going to touch on few. We'll continue tomorrow, which is the Sabbath day. We'll continue tomorrow. So, but right now, I am going to confirm to you. There is something I want to confirm to you before we come to Dave Mahi's story. There is something I must confirm to you before we go to Dave Omahi's story. I hope I have that video here. I must confirm that to you. Then we'll move to Dave Omahi's story because all these politicians, their problem, the only thing that their problem is that they believe that you are still the same as yesterday. When they look at you, able-bodied men, they believe that you are still the same, just like yesterday. That's why they keep making the same, using the same formula all the time, believing that you are stupid. But they don't know how foolish they are. They don't know how foolish they are. Because the more they come to the media, the more they will be cut out. As long as we are concerned, whenever they present themselves to the media, the same minute we are going to catch them out. Just give me some minute. Let me find this video that I want to show you. I am also going to touch on Soludo, the previous Reserve Bank governor. I am going to touch on his interview with BBC. So we have a lot of things to unpack tonight. Just keep sharing this video while I am looking for the main video that I am supposed to show you here before we proceed. Okay, while I am looking for this video, we are going to continue with I am going to continue with or start with the Ebonyi State Governor and his deceit, Dave Mahi. I am going to start from him, or with him rather. There is something about him I want you to pay attention to. I want you to pay attention to this video I'm about to play to you today.
All the all the governors of Southeast have done their best. And when you sit at home, they stored food for the governors. We're only sitting at home here. What do we intend to achieve? Nothing. We're killing ourselves. We're saying we are agitating. Agitating for what? So it's a very terrible thing. When our people push restructuring, yes, I agree with restructuring, but it has to be administrative restructuring. I will continue to preach it, that the states that are very weak must be taken care of before we say let everybody control their resources. There was a time we were houseboys and house girls, and they were very helpful in service to other states. It's a time to be built up before you can collect your VAT separately. I will continue to preach that allow the federal government to collect VAT and share for us, for a chain is as strong as the weakest link.
I don't know if you paid attention very, very well on this, to this statement made by Dave Mahi. I don't know if you paid attention to this statement made by Dave Mahi. Because first of all, he said that you sit at home. He's trying to use psychology on you, which they don't know how to play. They play politics that they are not qualified to play. Because that's the problem of these people. They keep playing politics which they know that they are not qualified to play. Because they believe that you are still the same. Because they never believe there is any change that will ever come to you. They don't know by the gospel being preached by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through the University of Radio Biafra. It has been sinking in, and it's been doing its work. Or even ever since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went into DSS custody. Since that day, that you will remember, everybody is now recognizing what he is been preaching. You know what I am talking about. That is the reason why this man, because he's still nomadic. He is still nomadic. He believes that since he is a slave to the nomadic people, that everybody around him or within him is nomadic. Because this man, the only thing he see about you is that you do not complain. You don't have anything you don't reason. That's the only way this man is looking at you. That is why he made this statement he made. That you sitting at home to achieve what? Instead of him to open his mouth to tell you that the sit at home that you are doing is killing him slowly. Instead of him to tell you that he is disgraced and ashamed, instead of these people to come out and apologize to the people, they are coming there to threaten you. They are coming back to use the psychology that they do not know, they know nothing about. They are coming here to play politics with you. Are you going to buy this stupid story of theirs? Because this is a lame story. If the sit at home is not affecting you, why then are you talking about it? Why then are you lamenting about it? Why then do you recognize IPOP? If what we are doing is not affecting you, why are you talking about it? They store food for the governor. Obviously, we know that you have been stealing food for you people. They have been stealing food. Just like you said, they store food for the governor. Facebook keep dropping our frame. They store good food for the governor. That is the same way they stored palliative that belongs to the people during the time of lockdown, COVID-19 lockdown. And yet, these people, they're still living. They didn't die. You had a very long lockdown. Palliative you're supposed to share to them. You hid it away. It is this same government that did the same thing. Now you are sitting at home only once in a week. They are crying. They are bringing things they have. You must understand that they have nothing for you. These people, they have nothing to have. They have nothing to offer you, just like their master does not have anything to offer to Nigeria. The only thing they keep doing is keep trying their luck. Keep trying their luck, believing that you will fall the same into the same trap, believing that you are the same yesterday and today and forevermore. But they never recognize that the only thing constant in life is change, and the change is here to stay. You are claiming what belongs to you. Your right, your power, which they have taken away from you. Your right. That's what you are claiming. And if you continue to claim your right, then these people will be able to understand their stance. Because as it says, they do not know where their jurisdiction ends or where it began. That's the most important thing you need to know about this government you see. They do not know their jurisdiction. They do not know their limit. They believe that once you vote them in, or once they vote themselves in, rather, or select themselves in, then every other person is a stepping stone, or is a footmat. Because that's what these people are calling you. These people are calling you footmat. That's the reason why they're telling you that there is stored food for governors. With whose money? They stored food for governors. With whose money? With your money. With the money from the oil from Biafra land. That's how they store food for them. And he has the audacity to come and tell you they store food for the governor. Just because they know, he believed that you are hungry. That's why he didn't see any other thing to say. He called food. He believed that you are only hungry. If he is not undermining you, he is not going to talk about food here. He's supposed to talk about the killing going on in Nigeria. He's supposed to be talking about the killing going on in Biafra land, but he's talking about storing food for the governors. Who did this to you guys? Who did this to them? Because whenever they look at you, the only thing they see is they see stupid people. When they look at you, they see nothing that is less than animals. Because they never see you as a human being. They never see you as a person who belong to the same category as them. Do you know the reason why it is happening? Because you handed them over your power. You tell them, take it, take me as a, and use me as you please. You become their subject. They believe that you are their subject. That is the reason why he's telling you about food. Let us listen to him once more.
All the governors of Southeast have done their best. And when you sit at home, they stored food for the governor.
All the governors of the Southeast, they have done their best. They have done their best by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, coming in together in cahoot with some of the IPOB members in kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's what they have done their best with. What else? They have done their best in killing you all these years. They have done their best by allowing Fulani to come into your farms and be raping people. They have done their best. That is exactly what he is trying to tell you, that they have done their best.
We're only sitting at home here. What do we intend to achieve? Nothing. We're killing ourselves.
You tend to achieve nothing. He is telling you when you are sitting at home, you're killing yourself. But when they open the border during lockdown, the Fulanis from Mali are trooping into Biafra land. They were trooping into Biafra land. He never remembered that that he is creating things that is going to kill you. Now he's acting like he cares. You know, these people are the wicked people who will never change. Wicked people who will never change. In the time of unrest, this type of people are not supposed to be left around you. You're supposed to chase them away from around you, from your community, if they belong there. Because they don't belong where you belong. These are no longer human. These people you are seeing, they have sold their soul to the devil. And there is nothing good that will come out of them. For those of you who are gullible, for those of you who don't reason, you will listen to this man because the problem you have is that you always pay attention to the wrong things. Some of you pay attention to the wrong things instead of paying attention to the things that are going to help you. As you can see, this lockdown must go to level 2. This lockdown must go to level 2. Begin to imagine this. When you sit at home, when you sit at home, they cry. When you come to the street, they kill you. If they don't kill you with their truck full load of petrol, they are going to kill you. They will tell you the truck lost control and go into a market. That is what they do. But now, they are telling you not to sit at home. What is he going to do for you? He also made it categorically clear that he doesn't love freedom. He does not like freedom. And he is countering what Wike, the small Adolf Hitler, is fighting for. He is countering what Nwike is fighting for. He wants to collect the vet because he is being robbed. But the problem of these people, when you see a moving train, you will leave the moving train and you continue to live with the train of ignorance. That is the problem. That's why they are fighting amongst themselves right now. When others bring things to help or speak about things that will make your power to be with you, they will never agree to it. Electronic voting, you see the people who agree to it, and the other people they refuse to agree to it. Rather, them in the north, they are saying that the PDP is a Yahoo boys. They have Yahoo boys to rig the election, believing that every other person is stupid, because they will always find a political word to back up their criminality. The same way this one is backing up his criminality by telling you that what are you sitting at home for? By telling you that the governors, they have extra food. They stored food for the governors. Wicked people everywhere. Wicked people everywhere.
We say we are agitating. Agitating for what? So it's a very terrible thing. When our people push restructuring, yes, I agree with restructuring, but it has to be administrative restructuring. I will continue to preach it.
You can never agree to anything. Did you hear what he's saying? He will never agree to anything that does not include his Fulani masters. He will never, ever, ever be in support of anything that will exclude his Fulani masters. That's exactly what he is saying. He is proud. You agree with restructuring. Agreed with restructuring. Anything that does not benefit his Fulani masters, he will never get involved with it. In case if you are not paying attention, pay very good attention. Let me play it once more. He will never agree to it.
We continue to preach it. Administrative restructuring. I will continue.
Administrative restructuring. That's what he is talking about. So that the Fulani masters will still be where they are. That is exactly what this man is trying to tell you. That is administrative restructuring. They will tell you, you manage your resources, you manage this, you manage that. At the end of the day, there is someone from the top. Just like Nwike is fighting for the VAT to be paid to the people of River State. It is almost a restructuring. If he start collecting his VAT, his tax, that is a restructuring. And they refuse. Is it what type of restructuring you are talking about? Administrative restructuring, so that your Fulani master will still be on top calling the shots. You should go and find those nomadic Fulanis, which you will be using all this your political quote for with. He should go and tell him to go and look for his Fulani masters, which they will be able to buy this his political quote. It is very, very, very cheap. It is very, very cheap. It is dead on arrival. The plans of all these evildoers, it must be a dead on arrival. I am going to talk about, I am going to bring for you also on your screen, Soludo, Almighty ex-Reserve Bank governor. They will never get full. They will never get satisfied. These people, they will have elephant on their head, looking for the rat that you are chasing after. They will have elephant on their head, looking up, okay, still being interested on the rat that you are chasing after to make an ends meet. Because there is nothing good that will come out of these people. In case if you are not aware of it, they are ignorant. Their ignorance stinks.
To preach it, that the states that are very weak must be taken care of before we say let everybody control their resources. There was a time we were houseboys and house girls, and they were very helpful in service to other states. It's a time to be built up before you can collect your VAT separately.
Are you listening? Countering what Wike of River State is fighting for, Adolf Hitler of River State is fighting for. That is what he is countering. And you say you call yourself one Nigeria. You call yourself one Nigeria. One Nigeria people. This is exactly the same person. He is from Southeast. Wike is from Southeast. If you begin to collect your VAT, it is automatically restructuring. Because it's part of it. You are collecting your revenue yourself instead of taking it to the federal government before they will give you your own share. For you to see the people who you put in your position to represent you, are you paying attention to the people who you put to be your representative? Everything is politicized. Everything is politicized. Partisan politics. When you talk about the Imo State Supreme Court governor, partisan politics. They do not care about you and will never care about you because it's all about party, political party's ambition. That is all about what it's all about. Because whenever they come to speak, pay very good attention. They are going to incriminate themselves. They will show you that their brains is empty. Because they always give you a lead to catch them out. But it's just that you are not, when you listen to these people, you let your emotion to get the best of you. Instead of paying attention to their words, to use it against them, you let your emotion to get the best of you. That is the reason why they will be making all this political sentiment. At the end of it, some efulefu will buy their story. It is very, very sad. It is very, very sad that this syndicate, few people, few individuals are making millions of people stupid and getting away with it. Because that's the reason why they keep doing it, because they keep getting away with it. But if you are not paying attention, pay very good attention now. For those of you who are murmuring because of sit at home, let me remind you again. 2020, October, if I am not mistaken, during NSAS protest, were you sitting at home? No, you were on the street trying to stop the extrajudicial killing done to you by the British-sponsored army of conquest called the SARS to be harvesting your organs. You protested. You were shot like an animal. Today, you are protesting against the injustice, but in a different dimension. The safest way that you can protest. You are murmuring. You are complaining. What is it that you want to do? What is it that will be your sacrifice? Because the small thing you are going to tell the people in diaspora is that they must come home and do this with you. They must do this, they must do that. At the end of the day, where are you supporting this struggle from? What is it that you are doing? What is that thing, that the sacrifice that you are making to make sure that this struggle never go down the drain. What is it that you are doing? Because the only thing you do is to complain. When they tell you sit at home, you complain. Go to the street, you complain. Speak, you complain. What is it that you need to do? Or what is it that you are doing to foster the promotion of this struggle? What is it? You are doing nothing. All you do is sit and complain. That's the reason why these people are having upper hand to come and manipulate you, to come and speak to you as if you are a child, that you do not know what you want. In this 21st century, are you a child? Are you a minor? Does it mean you don't know what you want? That you're voluntarily sitting at home, it's tickling their bum. You are voluntarily sitting at home. It is affecting them. Why can't you push this sit at home to the next level? For the first time, you are doing something that is not even civil unrest or civil disobedience yet. You are sitting at home. Meanwhile, there is COVID-19. You're supposed to sit at home. Because they are not giving you the information about COVID-19. Because they do not care about you. They do not care about you. How many times have you heard them saying they are doing tracking and tracing to know who is having COVID, to know how to isolate them, to know how to quarantine them? How many times have you heard that? You will never hear it from these leaders you have in the zoological republic called Nigeria. But in every other countries, you will hear that. The only thing they want is for you to go out there, generate revenue for them, and they will do and store more food for them. That's the only thing they do. And that's you keep buying their story. And this story keep hunting you. Let's finish with him because we have a lot to show you.
And we continue to preach that allow the federal government collect VAT and share for us, for a chain is as strong as the weakest link.
One day his Fulani masters. Did you pay a very good attention on to that? He wants his Fulani masters to continue to collect the VAT and share to them. Share to them. Like they have shared food and packed food for you. That's the reason why you want your federal government to share, to collect and share to you. I will be right back right after this break. Let me try to see if I will source this video. If I am going to source this video, it is very, very important. There is something I was telling you yesterday. There is something I told you yesterday with regards to when they say that when these South leaders were fooling themselves, saying that leadership must come, presidency must come from the east, from the south. I will show you that I'm looking for a response to it because this is politics. Politics. You must never ever trust anybody in politics because they are all killers. They are all wicked. You must, as long as that person is called a politician, don't, even if they are doing something good, limit, in fact, give them a long rope. Give them like 20-meter gap. No matter how much you want to trust them, still give them like 20-meter gap because they are politicians. Politics is all about deceit. Politics is all about exploitation. Politics is all about displacing people from their homes. That is politics in Africa. Politics has never done anything good for Africa. Look at when you travel to South Africa. South Africa was a very good country. A very good country. A very beautiful country with a very perfect infrastructure. Amid the apartheid, because they were never colonized, they were oppressed. Immediately, Mandela accepted their freedom. A black man became a president. Infrastructure started going down. Everything started diminishing. Everything started going down. Why? Because politics is not for you. Anybody who is called a politician, he is a criminal. Sorry to say that. If you have a way to quote me wrong, I am open for the argument. Regardless, be it your father, be it your mother, as long as they are politicians, they are criminal. It is just something like when you go to a court of law, you find a lawyer who knows that someone is a criminal and he killed another person and they're busy representing them. That is politics for you. That is politics for you. The earlier you realize that, the better for you. The earlier you realize that, the better for you. And I can see that they are doing everything they are in their humanly possible to stop Sunday Igboho. They are doing everything with their humanly possible to take Sunday Igboho away from the struggle. They are doing everything humanly possible to take Sunday Igboho away from the struggle. Make sure you keep sharing this video. If you are in ODUDUWA, any ODUDUWA subgroup or platform, share this message to them. They want to take Sunday Igboho away from the struggle. I hope after this is jail term, he is not going to start speaking different language when he come out. I just hope and I pray, because that, you see, that relationship, that good relationship that you form with ODUDUWAs is hurting Nigeria. It is hurting Nigeria because they are feeling the heat of that alliance. They are feeling the heat. And that's the only way that you will be able to make things happen. Because remember that who is in charge is Britain. The almighty Great Britain, who see themselves as God. But we'll be right back right after the break. Let me use the opportunity to source for this video, because I want to show you the response. Speaking of the devil just appeared. We just spoke about it just yesterday. It occurred immediately. Right after the break. This is actually not the video I was looking for. You are welcome back. But since this one is available, we can continue with this one while I will be searching for the other video, because I want to show you the response of the North. The response of the North immediately after the governors of the South. Immediately after the governors of the South made their own political comments that the president must come from the South. They responded immediately. They gave their response immediately. And their response is very, very political. It's very, very political that you might not pick it up. But let's go to this interview. He speaks Igbo language. He speaks Igbo language. Let's go to the interview. For those of you who might not be able to understand Igbo, who follow us, you can as well use translator, to understand whatever he is saying here. But I will try to give you I will give you exactly what he is saying. These are your politicians. These are your politicians. Let's go there.
IPOBM akwenyem na ha bụ ndị Igbo. Ndị IPOBM akwenyem na ha bụ ndị Igbo. And ebe ha bụ ndị Igbo na ha hụrụ Igbo n'anya. And ọ bụrụ na ha hụrụ Igbo n'anya, ha ga-aghọta na onwe ha eme na election. Then ihe na-achọ ime, ihe ga-apụta na ya abụghị ihe ị chọrọ. Onye sise eme na election chọrọ ka anyị nwee ụdị ihe mere n'Imo.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You see, the only thing I want you to understand in all this shenanigan that is playing out, the most important lesson you need to learn in all these things that is happening is that these people are shaking, these people are being threatened. Because they can see that arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is even making matters worse. That's what they are seeing. They have seen that arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually made the matter worse. That's why you see them crying, and they will never show you they are crying because of their ego. They are ignorant. That's the reason why they will never come clean or come straight to tell you that this thing you are doing is taking their mouth off the milk. They will never accept it. And the reason why they will never accept it is because of the same thing I told you a few minutes ago, that politics is a very, very dirty approach. That's the reason why they will never accept defeat. And they will never accept defeat. They want to die in their ignorance. That is their problem. That is the reason why I am going to warn those people who are sabotaging this struggle, who are sabotaging the struggle for the freedom of mankind. You know what you are, the freedom we are talking about is the freedom of mankind all over the world. If you understand what the Bible said, that the children of God are scattered amongst the nation of the world. I don't know if you are paying attention. They are scattered amongst the nation of the world. So what you are sabotaging is not it is not what you are seeing in Biafra land. It's not only Igbo, Ibibio, Isong, and Igodomi, Godo, all these people. It is not what the life of those people that you are sabotaging. You are actually sabotaging every children of God amongst the nation. Book is doing everything humanly possible to stop us from preaching this gospel, but we are not giving up. We are not giving up. So who you are fighting for? You are fighting for the disintegration of that Niger company, the Niger company, the disintegration of slavery. You are fighting for the end of slavery. That's what you are fighting for in Biafra land, in case if you are not aware. That's why it is the last miracle to happen. Because you are going to end the era of slavery, which they believe they have ended. Even though America, they are saying that they are celebrating Juneteenth or what? They are celebrating. All those things are fluke. The more you look, the less you see. That's exactly what they are doing with you. When you achieve this Biafra, when you achieve this ODUDUWA, you have achieved freedom for all mankind. For those of you who are going to collect like 10 million, 5 million from Nigeria politicians, and you start preaching something different, or something that is not beneficial to your people, or something that will not move the struggle forward, I tell you today, what you are fighting for, the legacy that you are building, the legacy that you are building, those of you who are formidable and uncompromisable, the legacy you are building will be remembered across the nation of the world. Nelson Mandela is remembered, but the remembrance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will supersede Nelson Mandela. If you have a pen and paper, write it down. If you have a pen and paper, write it down. The remembrance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the world will be that greater, will be that of, it is going to be greater than Nelson Mandela. Do you know the reason why? The reason why is that when God restored the tribe of Judah, when God restored the tribe of Judah, because we are talking about the children of Israel. That's what we are talking about. The same people whom God promised to be the greatest amongst the nation of the earth. Those are the same people we are talking about. That's why they liberate the disintegration of that Niger area will be the freedom of all people, all the buffaloes that was stolen from Africa, and will be the return of all those buffaloes that was stolen from Africa. Because the shackle of slavery, the shackle of being owned, the shackle of being scared of whom they are is going to be broken from the root of where it began. Do you think that the British and the world, they decided to create the most populous country in Africa just for no reason? Is that what you think? And they created it and gave it to Janjaweed, the Fulani Caliphate. Is it what you think? They created it because they knew what they found. They knew whom they stole from there. They knew what they did land. They knew that that land built America. They knew that that land built Europe. They knew that that land is the land that bring about first world country. The buffaloes that were stolen from that land were the people who built those places that you are running to go today. And today they are not recognized. They are not remembered. But the only person, the person who will be able to, you see, all these people are fighting for Biafra freedom. Believe you me, you are going to be recognized. You are going to be recognized. 20 million, 10 million, 5 million, 500K, 1,500K that is being dished out. In as much as you are hungry, there are things that is more important than your stomach. That's what when you accepted which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do. That's why you are able to sit at home. That's why you are able to stand still even when they are moving you. Even when I tell you out of South Arabia was threatening you. That's how you do it. That's the reason why Trump was criticized. Because they never give him all their power. They just place him there and they keep us. Therefore, you need to be the one taught. If you sit at home, next time when these people eventually have opportunity to be your leader, knowing that you are aware, knowing that you are wide awake, the frame was dropped again. For more than 6 decades, prior 1960, these same people have been making decisions for you. They have been making decisions for you, and you believe that their decisions are going to do you any good. That is the reason why this man will come out here to confirm to you that they are well aware of what they did in Imo State, Supreme Court governor. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was complaining, crying, lamenting about it, no one paid attention. No one cared. But that is the same thing he come to tell you. Pay attention. For those of you who are not able to understand the language, you can use interpreter or translator to understand it.
No, it's the same, and I'm gonna guess him. I'm going to ga. I na-akpọ ya ihe ndị Anambra na-ekwu kịta. Ndị Anambra na-ekwu na Anambra abụghị Imo. Na-akpọ ya ihe ndị Anambra na-ekwu kịta. Ndị Anambra na-ekwu na Anambra abụghị Imo.
Are you paying attention? While you are joining, keep sharing this video. Keep sharing this video. That the whole world may know. The whole world must be informed of the atrocity forced in Imo people. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Because he came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he became invalid. He became very invalid. Instead of all these people who are talking rubbish now, such like Soludo, to say it that time, to join force with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and condemn the injustice if they ever cared about people of Imo State, because this is Biafra land. They will not, because they are playing politics. Now it has come to their turn, but at the end of the day, there will be no election in Anambra State. Bear that in mind. Those of you who will come out that day to join Fulani, on your way going home, Fulani will exterminate you. They will exterminate you and no news will carry it. There is no news that will report your extermination. There will be no election in Anambra State. That was the last word I heard from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the prayer section, the psalm reading. So it remains like that until if he comes out and change his mind and say, let there be election in Anambra State, so be it. But as long as you heard it from him before they kidnapped him, because that's exactly the reason why they kidnapped him, because you believe that Anambra people believe that they have money more than every other person. But you go to their marketplace, it is like a pigsty. You go everywhere. Road is a mess. You keep flying aeroplane. Are you going to fly aeroplane to move to go to the next village? Are you going to do that? You will fly that aeroplane until you don't see where to land anymore. You will crash. You will be gone. That's why they took out their money, pulled them together, bribed some of Efulefu in IPOB to go and sell their leader. Judas Iscariot. I don't blame you. It is in your blood. There is always a Judas among every 12 disciples. There is always a Judas. So don't even get threatened or moved by those people, because there will always be Judas. All you need to do is remain consistent. Move. Leave the past. Let the dead keep burying the dead. Move on. You will hear the news. You are going to hear the news about them. You will hear their story. At the end of the day, some of them might want to come clean. Maybe it will be too late. Maybe it will be too late. You don't want Anambra State is not Imo State. We are Fulani. We are Fulani cattle headers. Nomadic people will impose a man, a Fulani Janjaweed servant on them. And the women are coming to say, these women, these are Hausa Fulani women who are in Biafra land will be saying, if you don't support the hope, Uzodema, that your own is finished and you are this and that. That is to show you how destroyed black people are. How manipulated black people were manipulated. And you keep allowing yourself to be manipulated all the time. The manipulations of pre-1960 is still the manipulation that is carrying on. It will never end. It will never stop. Because you are still using the constitution of manipulation. You are still bearing the name. You are still under the umbrella of manipulation called nigger area. It is through manipulation that they made you sell your people that you found that are called nigger across the world. It is the same manipulation that all these things are happening. The same thing these people are doing with you. The same thing these people are doing with you. Look at it. We are going to go into ODUDUWA land as well. We are going there. Because anybody who tasted the thing, this thing called politics, you will never find anything good from them. Let's keep paying attention. We are coming to ODUDUWA land. We are coming to them. Keep sharing this video. Make sure you share this video. The only thing that you will be able to do right now is to keep sharing. Keep sharing this video. While you are in, invite others to join. Invite others to join. It is very, very important. If you want us to win in this struggle, invite other people to join. When we are done with this video, I'm going to refresh our app because it is not allowing me to see your comments. I am going to refresh the app in order to see the comments.
ka ha mechara eme ihe a ha hụrụ etu isi n'anya dị ha ma ha nwa na n'Imo na ndị Anambra wee na-asị na Anambra abụghị Imo. Ị ga-echere ka ndị mmadụ ndị Anambra were aka ha kwuo onye ga-achị ha. Isisa eme na onwe natara ka esi mee ya, that day a ga-akpọ result.
Who is the Anambra? Who is the Anambra people? Who are they? The same people who are sitting at home. Who are they? The same people who are sitting at home. They are the same people he is talking about. Those are the Anambra people. The people who say that they don't want an election. Those are the Anambra people. And he is, proudly telling you that whether you're there or not, there will be a result. Whether you are there or not, there must be a result. Is that not sending you a message? Is that not sending you a message that your vote does not count? You are a common man. Your vote does not count. That's why after election, what you will see is selection. The Supreme Court order. They will select who will be the winner. There has never been a free and fair election in Nigeria. There has never been a free and fair election in Nigeria. If Yaradua did not die, Goodluck Jonathan will never smell that seat. You must know that. If not the death of Yaradua, Goodluck Jonathan will never smell that seat. Because the same thing they did here during the time of Buhari, they were actually planning to put on the mask on another person during the time of Yaradua. That was the same thing they were planning to do. If it is not the same thing that led to the death of Dora Akunyele, let's keep paying attention.
That good Nnmadi says also.
Ọ bụgoro mmadụ ise pụta nwụrụ je tụọ ya, a ga-akpọ result. Ese onye jụ ọ dịka kedu onye nwanụ onye nwa sị na egwu ọnwụ na-atụ ya o jezie kwụọ ụdọ maka na ị na-enye anya ihe anyị na-azọ bụ ka ana Igbo dị mma maọbụ IPOB maọbụ ndị ọzọ. Ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ya, ihe Soludo ji pụta sị na nna abịa ebe zọ ife ọ bụ maka mụnwa, rọkwu maka ụmụ m. Ọ ka ana Igbo ebe a Chineke nechasịala anya mmemme onye Igbo na anyị ga-arapụ ya, bọsị anyị ga-arapụ ya, ọ ga-adị beta fụ ụmụ anyị, ụmụ anyị. Ọ ka ana Igbo dị mma, ọ ka na Anambra dị mma, ka ụmụaka anyị nwere ọrụ, ka ụmụaka anyị nwere ife dịfa daba.
He want to contest for this election just because he say he want to make the Igbo land to be a good place for his future generation. I believe that he held so many posts in Nigeria. What was the result? He is actually sitting here campaigning. He is doing his political campaign. That is exactly what he is doing. His political campaign. And you believe that he is talking on your behalf. You believe that he has anything to offer you. He is talking about generation. He is actually cursing his generation. That's what he is doing. But he have no idea. He is cursing his generation. You want to make the Igbo land better. You want to make the Igbo land better. How many times have you woken up to advocate against the injustice, extrajudicial killing that is being done on your people? But you want to make the land better. As influential as you are, how many times have you condemned the killing and the raping of women in the farm and the cattle destroying people's farmland and keeping people hungry? But you want to make the land to be good. Soludo. You want to make the land to be good. You were governor of Reserve Bank. And now you are coming back to look for governor of Anambra State. Is that not a message being sent to you? That these people, all they want is power, 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 power. If anybody who is being moved by power all the time can never use that power positively, they can never use that power positively. You want to make the land good, but you were in cahoot in the people who sold the only men who woke your people up. You are in cahoot with the people who sold out the only man who made your people to realize that they are being killed, to realize that they are being marginalized, to realize that they have the power to stop or to shape their future. And yet you want to make the land good. You have not woken up to say, release Nnamdi Kanu, because he did nothing. And you are yet you are seeing millions of Boko Haram terrorists being released, being granted amnesty. I am going to play another video of an interview. These people that are being granted amnesty are people who are not from Nigeria. They are invaders, terrorists. Those are the people who they are giving them amnesty, integrating them into military, and they are going undercover. They are going through the database of the military. Whenever they put everything in place, they are going to explode, and that country is going to burn according to the places where they took over. In case if you ODUDUWA is trying to get yourself tired or you giving up, your land will be taken over. Your land will be taken over. I know so many people in ODUDUWA land, they have dished you with a lot of cash. They have given you a lot of money. Some of you are fast asleep again. Some of you are fast asleep. Just like when Jesus went to the mountain, he came find some of the disciples fast asleep. Just like when Moses went to the mountain, he came by, he found the children of God praying to idol. Exactly. That's what is happening. But Sunday, some of you will run to the church and you will speak in tongues from morning till night. You fast from years to years. Yet things remain the same. When you think that when you become a billionaire, one family become a millionaire, that things are good or money is circulating, that is a curse. That brings inequality. It brings inequality. If there are many people who are rich, you will be used to rich people and you will not be afraid of them. And it will not be a new thing that someone is rich. But because they want to bring inequality, they practice capitalism instead of socialism, which Africa practiced, pre-colonialism. That is the same thing you are fighting for. To stop injustice, extrajudicial killing, defeating the ends of justice, and dictatorship and tyranny. That is what you are fighting for. If you allow yourself to listen to all these people, their children are in abroad. Their children are in abroad. How many of you who are educated, graduates, you don't even have employment, And yet you pay attention to these people.
Anya bụ ife mkpokọta ife a niile. Mgbe ị bịa sị na iwepụta ọ bụghị 6 emere election Anambra ọmadị n'iche nọ. Onwe ka ị ga-emesi ya kpọsị ya akpọrọ the police and army wụsa ife a ọ bụrụ mmadụ ise tụrụ ya somewhere akpọ result.
Maka na ọ dị emebugo mbụ na 2017.
Ya ka m ji ekwenyelụ m na mgbe oge lụelụ na ụmụnne anyị ndị IPOB ga-aghọta famala ife fama ife mana akpa ya akpa.
With all his deceitful word, the answer remains the same. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one who is going to say otherwise. He is the leader of the people. He is the one the people knows. Other than him, no one else. Release him. Release Igboho. That's what we are asking for. When you release them, whenever you come to your senses and release them, then you can speak this your political words with him. Maybe he will consider it. But as long as he is there in DSS custody, or he is there wherever you place him, without his freedom being granted to him, there will be no election in Anambra State. The sit at home continues. And this time they are going into level 2 sit at home. The way you gave them level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1 during the time of amid the pandemic. This time around, they are sitting at home for something they are aware of, something that they know. Something that they know is their freedom. They are not sitting at home for something that is coming to kill them. They are sitting at home for their freedom this time around. You see the difference? That is the spirit.
I got the akpa from my watakuo if I at stake. Nobody to ugoro akwinu bro if one other nantika nato. And again where ekwesịrị a ga-enwe election na Anambra maka na ọ bụrụ na enwere ya nke ị ga-enwetazi ghọtago ọ dị ka onye jụrụ iri werazie Igbo a
maka nke ga-enweta nwere ike ka ọkalụ njọ nọ ka njọ ugboro nọ.
Let's move on. As you can, as we have given them the response still remains that it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who will make that call. It is only but him who is going to make that call. Let's quickly run to ODUDUWA, the Republic and their sellout. Let's run to them, to that side. Let us talk about this political harlot amongst them. Political harlot. I know probably most of you who are sensible are going to understand whom I am talking about. Let's go there.
Mr. Femi Fanikaude joins us.
And we are going to be doing it in another way, because I am going to show you from the beginning. Let's continue with what we have right now.
Now from our Abuja studio. Thank you, Chief Fanikade, for joining us tonight on the program. I appreciate it. Let's begin the conversation. It comes to a lot of Nigerians as a surprise that it was some months ago like a rumor, but now it's a real story. It's no longer a rumor. It's real that you have joined the APC. And one will wonder that you met with the president today, one man that you heavily criticized. You called him some names. You brought up some rhetorics that became much more like led the conversation in the last election when you were the director of media for the PDP. And this is the same man that you have met today. What exactly changed from then and now?
Before we continue this, make sure you keep sharing this video. You must share it in ODUDUWA platforms as well. Because the reason why I am doing this, I am presenting this man to you is not because of his importance or his importance towards the affairs of the people. But the reason why I am bringing this man to your screen, when you ask this man, he will tell you Sunday Igboho is his brother. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is his friend. Are you paying attention? If he's not even among the people who got information and sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Because when you look at all this, I remember the time I started suspecting this guy, the time I started noticing that this guy is not exactly what he portrayed himself to be. There was sometime last year when he made a post, or this year, the beginning of this year, when he made a post that there is some forces who just want to cause a war after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created ESN. He made that comment. That's the time I began to follow this man to understand whom he is. He is actually the first ODUDUWA who I ever spoke to, who I have ever spoken about, rather, before Obasanjo. Because this man is a conniving snake. He's a chameleon. He is a chameleon. Pay attention to what he is going to utter to you with his mouth for you to understand how selfish and self-centered he could be, for you to understand that you should not allow this poisonous or venomous saliva of these politicians to touch you. It is highly infectious. It is like Delta variant. Pay attention.
Thank you very much, Joe, for having me on your program. We are being led by God to make those choices. I make my choices. I owe nobody any explanation or apology other than my family members and other than my God. And I know that I'm doing the right thing. The most important thing for me, and I think some will appreciate this, is that there is no point in having any principle without power. You must have power in order to ensure that whatever principles you enunciate, you can effect them. Without that, you will simply be talking and nothing will change. I've discovered over the last few months that I can work very closely with people within the APC and elements within the government to effect a change. And we've done quite a lot of that. over the last few months without me even joining the party. And it has been very effective. I've collaborated with many people within the party, many of the governors in the party, and I will continue to collaborate with them, even some outside the party. But the most important thing for me right now is this. This country, in my view, is on the brink of war, it's on the brink of disintegration, and we have to join forces, all come together, set our differences aside, and ensure that we build bridges of unity and peace, and ensure that we pull ourselves back from the brink and fight those, mainly from outside this country, that want to destroy our country by dividing us on regional, ethnic, religious, and political party lines. We must build that bridge. We must work together, and we must effect a positive change in our country and move this country in the right direction. And that's part of the reasons that I decided to make this decision today.
Do you remember what Buhari, the late Buhari, said in 2015? Because for those of you who will start getting emotional because of his sweet words and the way he is narrating his, concocting his lies to give you a mixed emotion, because I saw so many people who are going there commenting. You know, people are quite gullible. If you can remember in 2015, what was the promises of Mr. Buhari before he got before the Yoruba people decided to support him? What was his promises? You now know. Is there any of these politicians who are speaking something that is worse than this, or something that is not as sweet as this during their political campaign? I was telling you all this time that this guy is actually, whatever he is doing, he is trying to attract to get a political slot. 2023. That's what he's been actually doing. That's why you see him. He's there, he is here, he is everywhere. You are seeing the result of it. I said it in this platform. I started lamenting about this guy in this platform. What was Buhari's promises? The same thing. Almost the same thing. The problem the thing I find same thing to get different. Let's just rush with it to understand. When Buhari stepped into that power, he criticized Buhari he criticized Buhari, and the same thing he criticized Buhari about is the same thing happening. And the same Buhari is the same Buhari he ran to join his party. Partisan politician. He is telling you, you must have power first. You must have power first. That's how he narrated his own agenda. What type of power is that he is telling you you should have first? Is it the same type of power that he had, that he was not able to give an account? That when a journalist questioned him, we give you facts and figure, because we don't beat around the bush. We give you information as it is. If you take it or leave it, that is your business. But if you will be wise enough, you take
Femi Fani-Kayode, a former Minister of Aviation, has been strongly criticized for insulting a journalist publicly.
Pay attention to this. Because they talk here, they go there, they forgot what they talk there. They talk another thing because the politics that they only care about power. They only care about power. That's why they tell you in politics there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemy. That is what he is playing with you. He was an minister of aviation. He was not even, he doesn't have cool to just answer a simple question thrown at him by a journalist who is bankrolling him. Let's hear it yourself. It's in front of you.
In Calabar, Cross River State, during a press conference. The journalist was said to have asked the former minister a question about who bankrolled his recent tour to some southern states, and that angered him, making him call the journalist stupid.
I'm saying this on live TV. What? No, put that thing down. Let me address. What type of stupid question is that? What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any question.
Do you know who you are talking to? You are talking to the President of America. That's whom you are talking to, the journalist. You are speaking to President of America. That's whom you are speaking to. A simple question. Give account of your expenditure. Give account of all this you're traveling and all these places. Where are you getting the fund to fund your traveling? That's exactly what simple question this journalist asked this man. And he's asking the journalist, do you know who I am? Do you know who you are talking to? You are talking to God. That's whom he is. That's the same man who say, if you have power, you'll be able to change things. Are you paying attention? If you are not aware of it before, now you are aware. What are you going to do about it? Because they will keep deceiving you. As long as you don't want to learn, these people will keep deceiving you. And the worst part of this deceit is that they use the same approach to come to deceive you, and you buy the story all the time. You buy the story all the time. For those of you who are in the Yorubas, the Yorubas who are paying attention to the gospel of freedom, these are the same people whom you will go and put them into power just because they talk big on the media. First of all, he said that he doesn't care about whatever people think. The only thing people he cared about is his family members. Just like I keep telling you, the only people, these people that matters to these people is their pocket themselves and their family member. I hope you heard it from the interview, from him flying from PDP running to APC to become a friend to the same Buhari, which he criticized in 2015. And the criticism he gave to Buhari is the same result. The manifestation is happening now. Then he became the friend. After he prophesied, actually, and the prophecy is now happening or coming to pass, now automatically he became the friend. Are you paying attention? Keep sharing this video. Keep sharing this video. Because our people must be decolonized. You must decolonize.
From this man. What type of insulting question is that? Which bankroll? To do what? Who can give me money for anything? Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll what? Go and report yourself to your publisher.
This
Bankroll
is
what?
You know, if you do this type of thing in a first world country, your political career is finished. Your political career is finished. You will never get any slot to compete in any politics. But it is happening in the zoo. In the zoo, the big animal swallows the other ones. That is zoo for you. I am not surprised. It's just that I'm just worried about those people who will buy this story and who will buy all his manipulative sentiment. Because I know that people are gullible. That's the reason why we are taking out our time and our energy and our resources to make sure that we decolonize you from all this venomous sentiment. We must continue. Let's round up.
Don't insult me here. I don't want to take any questions from this man. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to?
Politicians, that's how they see from your face how criminal you are. Are you paying attention? That is how they see from your face how criminal you are. That's why the SARS, they created SARS to come and be killing you, adopting you, taking your organs. Because they could see in your face how criminal you are. That's why he could see by the face of the journalist how stupid he is. This is psychology. Psychology. A very, very simple psychology that you need to put together to decolonize and teach others to decolonize. But we must continue. Let me finalize this interview.
Bankroll who? You think that I'm one of those ones who be from who? From how? When? Where? How?
Many condemned Fani Kayode's outburst as the video has since gone viral on social media, while some also defended the former minister's response, saying the question was insulting. The Nigeria Union of Journalists has condemned Fani Kayode's outburst. Chris Isiguzo, the NUJ president, said on Tuesday that Fani Kayode assaulted and threatened the journalist for asking him a simple question. Chris Isiguzo revealed that the question asked Fani Kayode was proper due to the fact that the former minister had been touring so many states without disclosing his true intentions. He said, by denigrating the journalist, Fani Kayode has exposed himself the more as an intolerant person.
Let's move on. Let us move on. It is for our Yoruba brothers and sisters.
If we can identify the bandits that have been killing people recklessly, you don't have to waste time to kill them.
These are the people. They are speaking. If you can identify them, instead of granting them amnesty, instead of giving them gun and the uniform. That's the reason why in Yobe State, aircraft, war jet, mistakenly killed 8 people. Mistakenly. Because that's what the news will report to you. Those compromised news platforms. They will tell you, a war jet mistakenly killed 8 people. That their life does not matter. Believing that they are talking to children. Let's listen to them. The evil that man does will still dwell with them. At the end of the day, you talk like a good man, you play politics at the back of it. That's how it is. That's what they do. The government knows they have a problem. The government knows the source of the problem. The government does not want to address the problem because who is the problem? The government of terrorism. Your problem is terrorism. Or terrorist is your problem, rather. The government knows the terrorist. The government does not want to face the reality because the terrorist is the government.
And I'm sure some of you are of that. Then you start talking about human rights. Which right? What of the right of the people that were killed? Small children, women raped by these people. And then when the Nigerian army stands up to them, and then they kill our soldiers, ambush them, put AIs or whatever to blow them off, and then now you start asking me questions about their human rights. This is very unfortunate. I must say it. So what do you want the military to do? Not to do the fight? Not to have casualties in the course of the fight? Honestly, you know you are my friends, but I'm blunt. One of the major problems in this country is the press.
Did you hear that?
I swear, you people are.
Did you hear that? Let me repeat it again. Let me repeat it again. Because the reason why I actually played this video is that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for Yoruba media, when he tells you that the Yoruba media, press, all these people are the problem, you didn't pay attention. Now you are hearing it. Hear it for yourself. It will come from a different platform, different person with a different approach. Hear it.
I'm sure. I swear, you people are not helping. Instead of playing the angel, you play the devil.
We were cut off there rudely, but we are going to reinstate it. Pay attention.
I'm sure. I swear, you people are not helping. Instead of playing the angel, you play the devil. It is not. It doesn't help. It doesn't help us. Why don't you play the angel?
How will they play the angel when they are being bribed to become the devil? Why would they play the angel when they were bribed to be the devil itself? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, it never digested to anybody's ears. But I am very, very happy. I am very, very happy that it is happening. And you can see it yourself. It is not coming from Biafra. It is not coming from ODUDUWA. It is coming from, I believe this meant to be Hausa or Middle Belt, maybe, because there are also the type of people who are gallant enough to know the truth, but the politics that they play is their problem.
I'm sure. I swear, you people are not helping. Instead of playing the angel, you play the devil. It is not. It doesn't help. It doesn't help us. Why don't you play the angel?
We are welcome back. It is actually the drop frame again, but at least I used the opportunity to refresh that I will be able to see your comments. So, but we must continue. Unfortunately, what I was playing was removed, but I'm playing it back for you to hear the whole story. And it is going to continue from where it stopped, where the Facebook does not to listen to.
Instead of playing the angel, you play the devil. It is not. It doesn't help. It doesn't help us. Why don't you play the angel? We are fighting this war. I don't know whether you are the Northwest, but you know how life these people have made life. To me, if we can identify the bandits that have been killing people recklessly, you don't have to waste time to kill them.
Vap, shot, and that's what he did. I don't need any explanation to that. I've given you all the you needed to know about this. Media are playing the devil. Never come clean, they will tell you the truth. Not actually what I was looking for. Or what I'm up. Just stick around. We are almost done.
Yes, what you're talking about, it's the latest in the new set of uncoordinated remarks. You don't do amnesty for, as the president said, foreign bandits.
Did you hear that? The reason why I'm actually bringing up this to your screen, I know that many of you must have come across it, is to remind you that this was the same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was lamenting about. Foreign bandits that cross your border, get hold of machine guns, start killing and raping people, and you want to grant them amnesty. But the person who was exposing atrocities is the one who you did extraordinary rendition. You hijacked him from Kenya and bundled him to Nigeria and placed him under a holding cell. Under a holding cell for how long? Which country of the world places people under a holding cell for more than 24 hours? Which country in the world people on a holding cell for more than 24 hours? If I may ask. But the foreign bandits are being granted amnesty. Dude.
You don't, President said that these are foreigners coming in from Libya, but I know these are foreigners coming in from Mali. They don't speak Hausa, they don't speak English, they speak Bambara and French. So they are not Nigerians. Are you going to do amnesty for those in Oyo, for those in Ondo, those in forest in so these are the same. These are Fulani militia bandits. They left. Bandits. We started this problem.
Fulani militia bandits, the same people who is terrorizing the Middle East. Militia people, they are the same people terrorizing Middle East. I hope that you now, if you used to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as your problem, those who used to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their problem, that's why I plead with you, keep sharing this video. Because you know, when you watch this video alone, you might not understand, or you might not weigh where this video, the reason why it is made, because God is bringing these things to your screen to to show you and the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is whiter than white, and whiter than snow. That is the reason why all these things are coming up. He is whiter than white, he is whiter than snow. Whatever he tells you or whatever he told you, 98% of everything he told you is divine. 98% of everything he told you is divine. 2% is of God because of he is a human. So, told you that these fish that are coming to kill you, told you where they are coming from. To Nigerians. But when you talk to Bashehu, is it Gary Bashehu? He will start playing politics with your lives in the north. Because it will never affect him. He is covered. Pay attention. Keep listening to it yourself. Then you will understand that there is a God sent in your midst that you don't recognize, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is a God sent in your midst that you never recognized, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
2013 from Benue State, when they left the Central African Republic, and when they came to Benue, Governor Suswan refused to cede land, and they tried to kill him. Buhari became president. It continued. I, Kachi, was the only Nigerian, not of Fulani descent, who sat at the table the day Bello Bodejo launched the Meyeti Allah Kotohori at the Nikon Luxury. Bello is my brother-in-law, and I continue to understand what was going on. And when he tried to apply for land from Goodluck Jonathan, Goodluck did not see it, because under our laws, the Land Use Act puts the governors in charge of land. Today, Buhari came, he's looking for land. Nobody has given him. The bandits have now sought to take the laws into their hands, seeking land, and sometimes kidnapping to fund what they do, and sometimes getting money from government.
Are you listening to this? When I told you that these kidnappers, when they're kidnapping to fund, they are funding themselves. They kidnapped, they get ransom to fund themselves. The people who are not able to get this money, they will come to your federal government. They will say, we have repented, so that you put them into your uniform terrorists. And those are the same people who are going into the military base because they want to steal from the database. They want to come in, become official terrorists in order to get the information of security, in order to bridge it, in order to break it, in order to invade the country and take over the country, just like in Afghanistan. Because they must get into your security database. They must bridge your database first. That's the reason why they are coming out, knowing that your government, they don't have army. The only army they have is army of conquest. That's the reason why the jet fighting killed 8. Just like that. And they will tell you, may their soul rest in peace. Finish. The same fate awaits you as long as you keep clamoring for one Nigeria. The same fate awaits you as long as you don't want to join force with the people to set mankind free by breaking that curse called nigger area. Nigger area, the epicenter of slavery in the world. The epicenter for slavery in the world. Managed by nigger company. owned by Lord Lugard. That is where people are telling you different from this gospel, and you are paying attention to them. It is high time you stop paying attention to anybody who comes to deceive you. You kill them on arrival. Every manipulative words that are using to manipulate you, get it and destroy it on arrival. Show them that you are IPOB. Show them that you are freedom fighters. Show them that you are better than what they think you are. Show them that you are now a human being. You are no longer the slaves or the animals that they see you as. Tell them you have discovered yourself. Therefore, no one will toil or play with your life anymore. From the NSAS protest, it brought fear into this government. To this sit at home, it is breaking them. It is destroying them. Hashtag, we are going to level 2. Monday and any other day. Monday and any other day you agreed with. But Monday and Tuesday may work with the best. When they lose revenue for consecutively 2 days, some of you are going to lose 1,000. Some of you are going to lose 500 because you didn't come out, which is less than 50 cents in dollar. So some of you will lose few amount, but there is no amount that is big enough to buy your freedom. Them, they are going to be losing billions on billions of dollars. That's what they are going to be losing. That's why it is tickling them. That's why it is touching them. That's why they are crying. So it is high time for you to understand it and maintain this sit at home. If whoever that will tell you different, that sit at home was cancelled, let them bring who cancel it to the media. Let us hear it from him. Then we call it off. It is simple. To the media. I know that media is compromised, but if you bring him to the media, he say it with himself. We give him questions. Then sit at home is cancelled. That's how it is. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or nothing. Because the way you are feeling the constraint of this sit at home, imagine the Ambara election that is fast approaching. It will not happen. And you will place someone there. At the end of the day, you know what you are showing the world? You are showing the world that you have been imposing yourself on the people of the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Nigger area. That's exactly the message it is going to send the whole world at large. That this is what you are doing. You keep forcing yourself on the people. That's why you don't care about their life. You don't have hospital. That's why when your own life deteriorates, you go to America, you go to London. You don't care about their health. You don't have good infrastructure. You don't care about their survival. You don't have good market. You don't have employment. You don't create employment. When they interviewed your mask wearer, because he doesn't have anything to offer, he tells you that he is leading the people according to the constitution. He's leading the people according to the constitution. If the constitution is not helping you to lead your people right, why don't you call for the constitution amendment? because you can never change that constitution, because your colonial masters, they never given you that, they haven't given you that order. You are leading people according to the constitution. Bringing terrorists into the military is according to the constitution also. Teaching people in the language that they will understand is according to the constitution. Calling your counterpart that you so-called one Nigeria, you call them dot in a circle, is part of the constitution. All of these people, you see, they never meant well for you. They will never mean well for you. And then if you continue to allow yourself to be distracted by this thing they present to you, by this compromised media, all these arranged interviews that they present to you by this compromised media, if you continue to get moved by those things, you will continue to die in the hands of these people. In the hands of these people. Because there is nothing good will come out of them. There is nothing beneficial to you that will be from them, except you change the way you reason, except you keep reasoning the way you are reasoning. For those of you who are observing the sit-at-home order, for those of you who are willingly sitting at home, knowing that the order did not see, the order came from, we don't need a invincible order. We don't need invincible order. There is something that is called command and control. For you to maintain that command and control in IPOB, you don't take orders from someone when they are not speaking to you directly. That's why the sit at home must continue. Why the sit at home must continue. If they want us to take that order, they must release the person who gave that order to come and address and tell us, this is from me. No one is disobeying anyone, but that autopilot right now. That autopilot is what will help Kanu to be released. We continue observing this sit at home. It will go to level 2 until they release Mazi and Nnmadi Kanu. There is no going back. There is no going back. Civil dissent is not started yet. You know what you are doing? You are actually demonstrating your democratical right. You are demonstrating your human right, which has been taken away from you. But you are demonstrating the most atomic part of it. The smallest part of it is what you are demonstrating by sitting at home. When you are sitting at home, no one gets hurt. It is very simple. If you don't want to sit at home, there are many other things to do. Civil disobedience. Everything that generates money for the government, you destroy it. Civil disobedience. Or you go a wall on the capitalists, just like South Africa did. That is civil disobedience. Because I'm trying to make you understand the difference between civil disobedience. and exercising your human right, a right to protest, a right to strike, because you are on strike right now. The sit at home is your right to strike. They can never take that away from you. They are not going to the homes and say, come to work. If they decide that they want to start, they must come out from this government house. They start doing those work themselves. Since they have power to control everything, they can have power to do those work themselves, generate those revenues, because they don't need you. That's why Soludo tell you whether you are there or not, a result will be called. They don't need you. Why are you feeling yourself to be needed? Do what your heart tells you to do at home until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Let's listen to this man and call it a day.
To augment whatever they don't have. Amnesty for who? For people from Mali or people from Central African Republic? Amnesty for who?
That is it. That is just it. They want amnesty for the people who are killing people. If 465 Boko Haram on terrorists was released the other day, just 3 days ago, and granted amnesty, how many of Boko Haram are in your bushes? How many bandits are in your bushes? If 465 released, how many millions are in bushes? For you to know that this is a takeover. This is a takeover. More than 1 million terrorists in your country. More than 1 million terrorists, foreigners in your country. How did it happen? Where did they come from? All the weapons, machine guns they're using, where is it coming? To show you that there is government involved. For Femi Kayode, who is saying that there is international people involved. The international people are involved because the government allowed it to happen. I know you know the truth, but you just want to play politics. The international people are winning because your government, the government cycle allowed it to happen. Because you are the one who are training these terrorists. You are the one funding these terrorists. British is not coming from Britain to do this to fund these terrorists. Or whichever terrorists are not coming from their country to fund that your leaders, that these terrorists are being, who is you in their country, you are blaming them for the terror that is people who want to take over this country, people who want to bring a problem to this country, that they may come in and exploit the country. Who is allowing it? You, the leaders. Who else? So when you talk next time, you pay attention to your words. We know that there are people who are the mastermind, but who are the executors? Who are the executors, or who are executing their mindedness? Who are they? The leaders. Terrorist organization. Terrorist government. Boko Haram having 4-wheelers, motorbike, machine guns, 4-wheelers, shooter. And yet, you claim you don't know. There are more than 2 million in Sambisa forest. Those are the same people that your army will come and lie to you. They have dealt with terrorists. They did this, they did that. Rubbish. But we are going to be bringing this to an end, this broadcast to an end. I know that with the help of Chukwu Okike Abiama, we have learned something today. There is something I said before and I want to repeat it again. Make sure you keep sharing this video. There is something I said, I want to repeat it again before I bring this program to an end. This thing I said before that I want to repeat now again. I want you to pay very good attention to it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu coming out of the detention is very, very imminent. But I said I saw him come out in the middle of several unrest. But he was not happy with a decision made by IPOB leaders. That decision is what I am calling on the IPOB leaders to think about. What decision could that be? What decision is that? You are not supposed to make any decision based on your emotions right now. You need to focus. The focus is on making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, Biafra is restored. Leave the dead to bury the dead. Leave the dead to bury the dead. Act like the dead does not exist. Those dead amongst you, act like as if they don't exist. Because at the end of the day, you must understand what at the end of this struggle, you must understand what you are fighting for. That is the reason why, even though when Judas betrayed Jesus Christ, Jesus never went to curse Judas or to fight the battle of Judas first. He faced his cross. He carried it to the end. What you need to do, don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Don't make people lose sight of what you are fighting for. Leave those dead, they will bury themselves. Leave those dead, they will bury themselves. Focus and make sure that your decisions that you are making is going to be a good decision. May the Chukwu Okike Abiama, in his infinite mercy, grant us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to proceed We are going to call it a day. Make sure you stay safe. Stay formidable, uncompromisable. Love from me and to you. It is 52 minutes on top of the hour. We are bringing this program to an end. Good night.